Good morning, everyone. Thank you, Nina, for the introduction. Final seminar already. I feel my voice is shaking a little bit. It feels just like yesterday we were in Kiruna, barely knowing each other within the team. And here we are today, knowing all of you and much better our team. We have a very packed program, so I'm not going to blab about this and get sentimental. It's too soon for that. And we have done a lot of work that needs to be showcased properly. Today I have the pleasure and privilege to guide you through the work package 1, because what Nina said about our activities and our vision is very nice, and of course we had a lot of goals, but behind these visions we have had very concrete actions taken all together between tourism companies that are here with us today, cultural actors, tour operators, and product development experts. One important thing to remember is that a lot of these activities have happened already, but a lot of them are still undergoing, and we have quite a few important ones to look forward to. But a message that I really don't want to forget is that a lot of the material is available, so if you haven't had the time to go through it, please find the time, and also feel free to share it with your colleagues and your peers, because the project lasted 3 years, but the results and everything that we have done can last much, much longer if we all share it with the people in the industry. So each work package is made of several topics and themes. For the sake of order and clarity, I will guide you through these 4 points here today, some of which Nina has already mentioned. But to keep things simple, it is safe to say that the main focus of this work and package has had a main red thread throughout: strengthening the role of Arctic culture and developing tourism beyond the main season. And of course, we haven't done this alone. We have done this together with the industry, and especially with you. You know as much as we do that the interest of our guests and travelers are changing, and there is much more focus now and growing interest for travelers to find more authentic and local experiences. So in this activity, we have focused into bringing together the tourism industry and cultural actors and creative industries with one goal: to help co-create products that have Arctic culture as a natural part of the guest experiences all year round. And how did we achieve this, or how did we work to achieve this? So first, we focused on identifying the cultural actors and stakeholders in our regions. Many of those we identified thanks to your help. Then we realized that for our goal to work, there needs to be a little bit better understanding of both industries. So we started with the cultural stakeholders. We have created a webinar where we gave them insights and upskilling in the tourism industry to understand better what the tourism industry needs, but also to get inspired and understand what kind of collaborations that can be born. At the same time, we had to work the other way around as well. And here we have invited more cultural actors into our events and to our activities, so we could be able to understand a little bit better what kind of cultural offerings we could integrate in our products. Especially in Levi, probably many of you will remember, we engaged directly with cultural stakeholders that talked to us and gave us seminars. We did some workshops around topics that you had identified as important. Cultural heritage was one of them, food and beverages was another, crafts, arts and crafts, storytelling, and so on. And here the goal was to see how we can integrate these cultural elements into our products to add more value to the pre-existing ones. We don't always have to create new things, but also to get inspired and start having some products that are a little bit less weather dependent and more resilient going on. Building on this understanding and bringing together with these two industries, we moved into something a little bit more innovative. We created a format and a series of pilot events for DMOs that bring together the cultural actors and tourism industry in a way like we do with our sales workshops. So we wanted to create a matchmaking arena so they could both work and spark new collaboration. So here we have 3 upcoming events. The first one is going to be in Kiruna, then we have the second one in Rovaniemi, and we are going to finalize on the 11th of June in Alta. And our idea of these events is that we are going to learn if our format works, we're going to learn how other things can work well, and then we're going to share all the learnings with the other DMOs in the hopes that this could inspire more of these events in the future. Moving on to the second point. Am I going too fast? No? It's okay? Perfect. A little bit of water. So we know that seasonality is one of the biggest challenges in our region, both for businesses and for local communities. In addition, we get the request from tour operators and also for our guests for less weather-dependent activities, as I just mentioned, and also more resilient offerings. So here, in this next part, our role has been to facilitate development on year-round products and demand, together with companies, product development experts, and tour operators. So the big question is, how do we get new ideas? And how do we turn these new ideas into actually concrete, sellable experiences? In order to answer this question, we collaborated with our product development expert, Arctic Factory. Here, through a mix of live workshops and digital sessions, they guided us from early ideas to more concrete concepts and prototypes. I would love to tell more about this activity, but we have together with us, luckily, Julius from Arctic Factory, so I'm going to allow him to tell us more about their process and the learning by working with us. But when it comes to product development, there cannot be development in isolation. So this is not something that could have done on our own. We needed feedback and input for the markets. And early on in the project, we had identified what kind of markets could help us in this project. So if you remember, we had involved more the DACH and the Benelux market in the co-development of activities, because they are already markets that know our region very well, they already sell our high seasons very well, and we thought that they could give us more insights in their clientele, and that's what they're looking for in the other seasons. So here we have had many chances to interact with tour operators and hear from them. One good example was our product development event in Levi, where we had a very thorough presentation of the DACH market. We also hosted a panel discussion with key representatives of tour operators from the DACH and the Benelux markets, and they gave us insights and feedback on what they're looking for when it comes to cultural experiences, their own target groups, and how they see that we could expand our high seasons into our shoulder seasons. We also brought everybody and everything together into our own sales workshops. While these sales workshops usually are an arena to pitch our pre-existing products and our best sellers, here we worked a little bit differently. We have invited everybody to actually share their ideas, because it's a fantastic arena, yes, to promote your offerings, but also to pitch ideas and get some validation, get some input, and discuss directly with the market. So we have done this in Inari, and we have an upcoming workshop coming in Haparanda. So this is a kind reminder to you to grab this opportunity to actually brainstorm a little bit together with the people that actually are going to sell our destinations. To build on this collaboration and this conversation, we have also hosted a series of webinars, market insight webinars, together with the help of Nordic Tourism Collective. They gathered for us 19 tour operators from the UK, the US, Spain, France, and Italy. And these tour operators gave us really practical, logistical examples and input of what is needed for them to actually reach the right guests from their side. I'm very happy to say that these webinars, these Market Insight webinars, were very successful. We have received amazing feedback from all of you. So since we have a little bit more of the project left, we decided to continue with new markets that mainly you have been requesting and being curious about. So actually, if you haven't done yet, please save the dates. We have 4 more upcoming webinars coming, where we're going to touch upon India, Australia, Taiwan, Singapore, South Korea, and Japan, and Brazil and Latin America, and see how they can help us reach our goals in our region. Finally, fresh out from the oven, we have Market Check. Market Check is a real-time database of Central Europe that has been developed by Nordic Marketing. This is something especially for those that like numbers and graphs, and can help us to better understand the current state of the Europe. I'm getting there. The Central European market. This report is going to, of course, be shared with you. We are going to present it in a webinar that is going to happen on the 16th of June. But most importantly, I invite you to join, because it's not just about presenting numbers, it's also about learning what we can do with those numbers and how we can apply them into our day-to-day business. Our next topic is especially dear to me. I think this is what actually makes this cluster work special, and it's Arctic sharing of experiences and knowledge. Something that struck me very much during this project and before when I was involved in it is the strong willingness to share both our weaknesses and also our strengths, and the need to learn from each other. The message from the participants has been clear since the very beginning. What you have told us is we need to learn what others are doing in the industry in other countries. What can we learn from them? How do we not reinvent the wheel every single time? So what we have done is actually create a series of events to satisfy this curiosity, where we have invited speakers from near and not so near to tell us about their experiences, what we can learn from them. But as much as destinations like Faroe Islands and Yukon are very inspiring and feel a little bit exotic to us, the grass is not always greener far away. We have quite a lot of knowledge just around our own borders. And for this sake, we have been creating different opportunities, like yesterday evening during our networking events or during our sales workshops, to visit each other, since we are already traveling quite far. But we have also created a new idea, which is the internal study trips. This is a little bit, you get a taste of what tour operators get to experience when they're coming into our areas. So we have 2 upcoming internal study trips, one starting from Troms, ending in Kilpisjärvi, and one starting in Luleå and ending up in Kiruna. I take the opportunity to say that we still have a few spaces left. So if you would like to join any of these, please contact Maiku. But the idea behind this is not only to have site inspections, it's to learn from our neighbors. And we are going to have also facilitated theme discussions around the different destinations that we are visiting. Well, we talk about development, we talk about creating new products, but we also need to be very close to our delivery chain. So here we needed to share knowledge and products with the market. The industry that we are working and thriving in is quite fast-paced and changing continuously. So understanding what the markets are needed is very, very important. We talk with a lot of tour operators. We see that there is a new way of traveling. People want more slower travel. They want to combine cross-border packages. So, of course, we are sitting in the perfect place to help them achieve their own goals. In this context, we have organized 3 sales workshops where, if I'm allowed to say, they were extremely popular. We met in Harstad already. We have also met in Inari, and we are going to meet in Haparanda very soon. Across these sales workshops, you, the participating companies, have held more than 4,500 business meetings, which is quite impressive. And we had tour operators from more than 15 countries from our target markets. The feedback has been very, very positive, both from you and from the tour operators joining us. And I really like this slide. I hope you do too. We have organized, in addition to the sales workshops, opportunities for the tour operators to join us and actually experience our areas. We have created a new concept that is called the Knowledge Transition Tours. Because with these study trips, we really wanted tour operators to, yes, experience multiple destinations, but also understand better the region, what makes us different and more special, and also have an extra focus on history, culture, and off-season offering. The goal here is to help them create more resilient packages and also allow their guests to stay a little bit longer in our areas. Here with the maps, you see respectively the tours that were arranged before Harstad, before Inari, and before Haparanda. And with your help and support, because you are the key ingredient to these tours, we managed to visit 94 of you during these trips, despite the geographical distances and a bit long driving hours. One important thing to say is that both the workshops and these trips were organized in autumn because we wanted to bring tour operators to experience the magic of this season. And of course, because of the timing of the project, the last one is going to be right now by the end of May and June. But if you know me, you know I could stand here and talk for a long time. I'm Mediterranean, you know that. But instead of doing so, I actually wanted to invite several other voices from actually the audience here to tell us a little bit about their experience. So I would kindly ask the technicians to play a video for us that sums up quite well what has been done and how you have been experiencing this work package.
What would I say make these events stand out from the others that we attend? Well, I would say it is the cross-border focus and cooperation that we have. We have key people from Norway, Sweden and Finland attending these events, which makes the meetings very relevant for the buyers that attend.
I think it's very, very good to have all the three countries in the same place, that we don't have to go first to Norway, then to Sweden and then to Finland in different, So I think that's a fantastic idea, to gather everyone and we can, meet everybody at the same time.
I'm very satisfied of the format of this kind of event because I had the possibility to relate to a lot of partners, old partners, but also new partners with a new proposal and new ideas. That was really an inspiration for eventual new products in our programs.
So, how important are this initiative for developing the region? For us in the North Cape region, it was really important because we got to talk with tour operators that were specifically focusing on our region, and they also knew much about it from before, but they wanted more information, and I feel like it was more concentrated and specific in our region, so we are connecting really well.
These initiatives are highly important for developing the region and gives us opportunity to meet other local companies and to exchange our experience, our ideas, broaden our horizons and establish international partnerships. All these might be challenging for local small companies otherwise.
Well, I would say they are very important because they help us build and promote a shared destination across our borders.
Well, I think it's always good to meet good buyers who want to and are interested of the region altogether, and the cooperation with the Norway and Sweden has been really good for us.
How would you describe the quality of the meetings and connections? Good meetings, good organization, overall good quality.
Well, they felt genuine and useful. Many of the buyers that we work with already have existing programs in this region, and the AETC workshop makes it very easy to continue working on their experiences and the programs that they already have.
Especially the partners that you have invited into the events have been really, really good and important for us already before, and some new ones, so it's been really, really good meetings in quality-wise.
A big highlight for me in the workshop is that you can, of course, as a buyer, talk to the suppliers, but you can also, as a DMC, talk to potential buyers.
Well, these activities make cooperation concrete. They help us move from ideas to real cross-border cooperation and partnerships.
Greatly, they open us doors to the world and help to create valuable cooperations with other companies. Thank you for this.
Did this experience help us to sell off-season? Yes, definitely. Some of these areas we have been only selling in winter, and now we see that we can use it as well for summer. And of course also in some cases for spring and autumn, definitely.
So what did we learn of promoting the off-season? For us as a sustainable destination, we really want to promote off-season, of course. And in this case, it was the lack of information from our perspective. Many people don't know how to get there in the wintertime. They heard it can be really harsh and the weather can be really rough. But when we're coming to these events and promoting it and showing videos of how it actually is, and that local people actually have the knowledge, they are positive and want to develop it in a sustainable way with us.
Would I like to be part of similar initiatives again? Yeah, absolutely. We would be happy to attend something like this again. And I feel we have so much more to learn from our colleagues in Sweden and Finland.
Of course, we will be there again.
Okay, obviously, I will very glad if you will invite me to join you for a new adventure and new contacts all together.
You will see me more than enough in the future.
I would love to be back and collaborate in the next edition of whatever is the future of AETC.
I want to keep it short and sweet, and I want to say thank you to the whole AETC team in Norway, Sweden and Finland. You guys have done so much good work, but there is still so much more we can do, so I can't wait to see what we're going to do next in the future. Thank you.
I was going to invite you to give a round of applause to you, our companies and partners, because without you we couldn't have done everything that we achieved in this work package or any other.